Hello and welcome to Lightful session on free tools for charities. My name is Pumelo, one of the relationship managers and course instructors here at Lightful, and today I'm going to be taking you through some free digital tools that are available for nonprofits and charities. First, a little bit about me. I've worked in the charity sector for a number of years, and I've come across a number of tools that have helped in terms of project and campaign planning. I've used a number of different design tools and also some analytical tools that have helped kind of look at campaigns and how they've performed after they've launched. So hopefully I'll be able to share some of these and many more with you today. What we're hoping to cover, so first we'll go through some learning objectives so that everyone is clear on the aims of the session and what we're actually hoping to get out. Then I've divided the tools I'm going to share with you by functionality, so I'll take you through some different functions and then the free digital tools that can help you achieve that function. So we'll start off with looking at some project management tools, then some creative and design tools, some tools that help with email marketing, and of course it's Lightful, so we'll talk about social media management tools, and then we'll look at some analytical tools, and then I'll also show you a kind of all-in-one tool that we use at Lightful before going through some key takeaways, and then some questions as well. Cool. So the learning objectives. So the first thing that you'll hopefully get out of this session is the fact that you'll understand that there are in fact a range of digital tools that are available to charities and nonprofits out there that you should be able to access. And then I want you to understand actually where you can actually find and get these tools, and then I guess importantly, understand how to best utilize these tools for your organization. So I'll show you a lot of different tools, but it's vital that you understand which ones are best for what you're trying to achieve as an organization. Cool. So tools to help with project management. And you might ask, the first question you might ask is why you actually need a project management tool. So there are a number of reasons that I've listed here, but I'll kind of dive a little bit deeper into each one of these. So the first thing that we find is that with the use of a project management tool actually makes planning projects and campaigns very, very easy. So, the project management process kind of takes a lot of time. Is you have to map out all the different steps, and each one of those steps is important. So a project management tool basically provides you the ability to easily establish a hierarchy of tasks for effective and efficient completion. It also lets you indicate which steps are sequential and which tasks are dependent on one another. In turn, this kind of makes it easier for the team to do their work. This is a massive time saver because when the team leader or the person in charge of the project or leading the project knows exactly which steps are the most important, they can then know which tasks to assign and to whom. Second reason is, which I've kind of touched on, is around efficiency. So every project out there consists of numerous tasks that you or your team must complete. So writing notes about what your team members are doing is sometimes impossible, especially when it comes to ongoing projects. They take a lot of time to complete. This is where a project management tool is very useful. It allows you to assign all the important tasks to your colleagues and monitor how each one is performing against that task. Project management becomes much easier as you have access to data and you can follow who has which tasks. Through a better task management, teams work in unity, which is really, really important and something that I'll kind of touch on throughout this session. Again, they really help with planning and scheduling. So that ability to break down a large project, or whether it's a large project or small project or campaign, it's that ability to kind of plan and schedule different tasks which helps with trackability, and it helps everybody have an understanding of what they need to do and when they need to do it by. Project management tools help you collaborate with your teams and colleagues. So it's really important that everybody that's involved on a project knows exactly what their responsibility is. And then touching on the next point, this allows you to set milestones so you can actually look at that holistic plan of a project and set yourself milestones which help you get an understanding of what you need to do to achieve your overall project or campaign goal. And then again, these points all kind of feed into each other. So project management tools are often really, really helpful in terms of tracking progress. So we've all started projects where you kind of lose sight of what the aim is, of what your end goal is. A project management tool is really, really helpful in terms of keeping you on track and helping you actually track how you're progressing against your overall end goal. Cool. So the first project management tool which we use a lot at Lightful is Trello, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Trello, but I'll take you through it here as well. So firstly, whether you work at a single person operation or you work as part of a small team, Trello's project management tool enables your projects to function with clear organization and flow. So it allows team members to see real-time updates so you can know exactly what tasks have been completed and which ones are pending and which ones have yet to be started. A Trello board, which you can see in the diagram on the right, is simply a list of lists filled with cards. So a card is the basic unit of a board, and you can actually drag and drop and reorder as needed. You can move cards from list to list to show status of progression, and you can add people to cards, label them, vote, attach files, start conversations, create task checklists, and so on. So Trello actually boasts that they're simple on the surface with more under the hood, which it very much is. So the concept of cards and lists are basic, but the additional features they offer allow you to actually work on even the largest projects or campaigns with ease. For example, by opening a card, you can add comments, you can upload files, you can add labels, you can actually include due dates, and also there are no limits to the number of people you can add to your team for free, which is a great benefit for charities and non-profits. One great feature is the ability to actually create cards and comments via email. Each board has a special email address that you can use to create cards. You can also reply to notifications via email without having to actually open Trello. Next, so that's a summary of Trello. So please click the link in the slides to view it and find out a little bit more information. As I said, it's one that we use quite a lot at Lightful, and I'd be more than happy to recommend it. The next project management tool is Asana. So Asana features a number of practical features and benefits. So whether you have, again, a big or small project or campaign, your team is definitely going to stay organized and on track by utilizing some of the basic tools that Asana offers. So things like project workflows, task assignments, team establishment, due dates, and comments. So a lot of the features that we've been through with Trello as well, Asana also boasts. So on the communication front, Asana only sends relevant updates to team members. This means that you and your team are not inundated with information that is relevant to their part of the project. Additionally, it offers at-a-glance status tracking, which means that you don't actually have to send or receive emails to know exactly where you are with the project. So as you can see with the diagram on the right, it actually has a status column that clearly shows where each individual is with their part of the project. It also has more advanced features that include the ability to upload documents. It has multiple integrations. And then you can also invite guests to your team, enabling you to collaborate with outside contractors or agencies. So it gives you, again, oversight of a project, whether someone is within your organization or outside your organization. And as I say, Asana is free for up to 15 users. If you have additional users or you would like to upgrade, you can do that as well. It offers a premium service which gives you a bit more functionality. And again, you can find out more by clicking that link and delving into Asana a little bit deeper. Next is Dropbox. So the next couple of slides will feature tools that help in terms of file sharing and data sharing. So the first one is Dropbox, which it basically can be used to share campaign materials with your team, and it also allows you to synchronize work across all devices. So this is actually a really useful tool when it comes to working remotely, because it allows multiple team members to access files and project material or campaign material at the same time. It's accessible on mobile devices as well as PCs, so you can really use it on the go. Similarly, we've also got Google Drive, which can be useful if you want to share files with the rest of your team. It offers up to, I think, 15 gigabytes of free storage, and you can serve it can basically serve as a base to organize your campaign materials. So those are both really practical tools that help in terms of collaborating with team members when you're not in the same location or you don't have access to the same PC or laptop or computer. It basically allows you to share folders with colleagues that are in different locations. So if you have images that you want to share with volunteers or vice versa, or campaign material, Dropbox and Google Drive are really, really useful tools for that purpose. Cool. So next we'll go into some creative and design tools. So as we know, today's audience kind of demands engaging, high quality visual content at all times. The standards for photos and videos that are posted on social media is only getting higher and higher. So it's really important that you have a design or creative tool to help enhance your imagery and the content that you're putting out, whether it's on your website or social media, so that it really stands out and engages your target audience. The first tool I'll share with you is one that you've probably heard a lot about before. It's Canva, and again, this is something that we use quite a lot at Lightful. So Canva is basically a simple, intuitive graphic design tool. It's excellent for creating professional-looking designs for all sorts of content, whether it's presentations or social media posts. It offers a really straightforward drag-and-drop interface with a huge resource of library of templates and images. It makes it like the perfect starting point for those without much design experience or those who are short in time. So again, that's something that we use quite a lot and at Lightful, and it actually offers a premium service called Canva Work, which is free for registered charities and non-profits only. So that's worth checking out, but you can get quite a lot of Canva's features or really useful features on the free plan as well. But if you want a little bit more, check out Canva Works. You can click the link and find out a little bit more about that. Next, I'll take you through very quickly a couple of other design tools that we use, starting with Adobe Spark. So Adobe Spark offers a series of tools to create pages, videos, or posts as fast as possible. This basically allows your organization to produce new campaign materials that look both appealing and professional. Our favorite tool of the three is Spark Video, which is part of Adobe Spark, and it basically offers an excellent way to create animated videos. So all you need to do is speak your story and pick a theme and images, and the tool will create a video for you. Next one down is Pablo by Buffer, which is an online tool that helps you create social media graphics. It gives access to more than 50,000 images, which allows you to find the best ones for your campaign, and then they can easily be resized to fit on different social platforms as well. Giphy is one that we use quite a lot, and you'll see used throughout this slide deck that I'm sharing with you. It basically, GIFs or animated images, they've become very popular in online campaigns as they can be extremely engaging. So Giphy is the most popular online library of GIFs, and the maker allows you to create your own from video files or YouTube links. So for example, if you've just uploaded a YouTube video to promote your campaign, you can also create a GIF as new content for your promotion. So it allows you to kind of repurpose content for different needs. And then the last one here that we've got is Pixlr, which offers a quick online solution to photo editing. It can be used for whether you want to crop, resize, or add filters to your images. So those are all worth, again, checking out. So definitely start with Canva, but also give these other ones a look as well, because they're all really, really useful in terms of upgrading or enhancing the images and content that you're putting out there. Next, I'll go through some tools that help with email marketing and email marketing campaigns. So, although more and more people now use messaging apps and social media, email marketing is actually still one of the most effective ways for charities to reach their audience. It allows you to keep in touch with subscribers and members, encourage participation from volunteers, or even just ask for donations for projects and different causes. So bottom line is email marketing is actually essential to building awareness for your charity and actually retaining the attention of those who already know about you and already subscribe to your content that you're putting out. The first tool is Mailchimp. So Mailchimp allows you to create good-looking professional email campaigns for 2,000 or fewer recipients. So you can use their range of standard templates, or you can create your own. You can also set up automatic welcome emails, and you can get recommendations based on analytics from previous campaigns as well. So it offers some basic analytics, which is always really useful, so you can see what's working, what isn't working, and you can adapt and adjust as needs. Next is Boomerang. So if you're a social media user, you're probably no stranger to the idea of scheduling messages to be sent out later. Boomerang is essentially an email extension that lets you organize your emails to become more productive. So you can schedule an email to be sent out later, you can set email reminders, and you can get real-time tips about how to improve your emails to have the impact that you want. So you can see in that image on the right of the text, that email that's being created on the very right of that image, you can actually see it, Boomerang working, telling you how effective this email is going to be with having the desired outcome. So that's that idea of real-time tips on how to improve your emails. The next one is Benchmark Email. So Benchmark Email has a forever free plan, which basically allows you to send up to 14,000 emails a month and then manage a subscriber database of 2,000 contacts or users. It makes it a great tool for charities that are actually just starting out in terms of email marketing. So with the free plan, you can import your existing contacts, so you don't actually have to start from scratch. It allows you to segment your subscriber list, so you can actually send different emails, whether it's to volunteers, donors, campaigners. You can start to personalize those sends by putting them into different segments. It also allows you to keep subscribers up to date by pulling in your blog content and delivering it automatically. And then also gives you the ability to send automated campaigns to keep people aware of your charity and to give them even more reasons to volunteer or donate or whatever your ask is. Benchmark actually also integrates with Google Analytics, so you can track success of your email sign up forms on your website. So I'll talk a little bit more about Google Analytics later on, but that's really useful. So it's this idea of being able to again track what you're doing so that you can adapt and improve as you need to, and Benchmark allows you to do that. Cool. So that's emails. Again, it'd be interesting to hear from you if there are any tools. I know, sorry, I've flown through the first couple of slides, but it's always interesting to hear back if there are any tools that you've used in the past or that you find really useful, whether it's creative tools, project management tools, or email marketing tools. So please feel free to use the questions and answers section below this to let me know or let other listeners know what tools that you use, or if you've tried any of the tools that I've mentioned so far. It's always great to hear a bit of feedback. So next we'll move on to social media management tools. Firstly, I'll go through the Lightful platform, which hopefully you've had a chance to use or at least check out, but if not, that's not a problem. You can click the link and find out a little bit more about that as well. So essentially, it's a social media platform, management platform that's specifically designed for good causes. So it has much of the features you would expect from a social media platform, which is basically, post scheduling across multiple platforms, some basic analytics, access to 500,000 licensed high-res images, but Lightful goes a little bit further than that. So on top of the images that it offers, which are copyright free, so you don't have to worry about uploading your own images or worry about copyright, you have access to those images. It actually allows you to collaborate with multiple users over multiple social media platforms. It also gives you templates that allow you to build compelling stories for your audiences. So those templates are built with charities and non-profits in mind. So whether your goal is fundraising, campaigning, increasing your social media following, we have templates on the Lightful platform that will help you tell your story and achieve that end goal. Again, it also offers in-depth analytics, so you can see what's working over time and not. So you can actually track through Lightful how your social media campaigns are performing and the effect they're having on your social media following and your overall social media engagement. If you'd like to book a social media Lightful platform onboarding session, or if you'd like a quick demo, if you haven't had a chance to look at the platform, please feel free to drop me an email. After this, I'd be more than happy to take you through the platform in a little bit more detail and a little bit more depth. And then there are also other social media management platforms out there, which I'll tell you a little bit about as well. First off, we have Buffer, which is a social media management platform that simplifies scheduling on your social media posts. It's quite easy to use, and it also offers analytics that measure the performance of your posts. We have TweetDeck, which is Twitter's management platform, and it facilitates scheduling and monitoring of your tweets. It can be useful both in terms of actually scheduling your campaigns on Twitter and also keeping track of your followers, their tweets, or any particular hashtags that you as an organization are interested in. And then we've also got Hootsuite, which again is a social media management platform that allows you to schedule posts. You can monitor and measure your social media accounts. And the free version allows you to add, I think, 3 social media platforms or channels, which makes it ideal actually for small organizations as well. Cool. So next, moving on to analytical tools. So connecting analytics tools to your website and social media channels helps you turn data into valuable insights, improving the way charities actually get to know their followers and your user behaviors. And from there, you can actually, once you start to understand your audience's behaviors, you can then actually start to plan for the future in a way that makes the most out of your time and your resources. So at first glance, raw data can sometimes look like a pool of numbers without a story to tell. And I've been there myself. But once you actually start to dive a little bit deeper, those figures start to actually unwrap and tell you a bit of a story that can help you analyze and fine-tune your organizational processes, or it can actually help you create targeted fundraising campaigns or whatever campaigns that you need to create as an organization with efficiency. And then you can actually have the ability to actually report and share knowledge with others or within your organization. So depending on your organizational goals and needs, finding the right analytics tool can be overwhelming and sometimes costly. So it's important to do your research beforehand. So what I'll do is I'll share one that we recommend using and then go through a couple of other tools as well. So the first one that we recommend using is Google Analytics. So you've probably all heard of Google Analytics. It's basically a free website analytics service that provides statistics and basic reports for SEO, which is search engine optimization, on-site optimization, and also for marketing purposes as well. So with Google Analytics, you'll be able to monitor your site traffic on both a qualitative and quantitative level. It's especially useful for learning when something may be out of whack or when something's actually working really well. So you can actually see which actions you need to take off the back of that. You can even get quite granular with Google Analytics, and you can see things like the types of browsers your audience or your visitors to your websites are using, whether they're on desktop or mobile, and where they're accessing your site from. Google Analytics pulls in data from all channels of traffic, including social media. This data will help inform any changes you may need to make to your site or your marketing campaigns, which are driving traffic to your website. Best part is, of course, that it's free. Service is available to anybody with a Google account. If your charity is a website, it's really important that you have Google Analytics enabled and set up properly. It actually also pairs with some pretty cool plugins, which one that I mentioned earlier, which is Benchmark Email. But to find out more, you can click the link and find out a little bit more about Google Analytics. Next, I'll take you through some social media native analytical tools. So Twitter actually offers its own analytics, which helps you understand the impact the content you're putting out is having on your audience. It gives you insight into your audience's demographics, so their age, gender, language, location, which is all vital information in terms of helping you craft perfect content for them. In addition to these demographic categories, it actually gives you information about your followers' interests and what devices they use and their behavior and the keywords that they actually search. So Twitter data also allows you to find out what type of content resonates with your audience, which it shows you the tweets. It shows you that tweets, for example, with videos get 10 times more engagements than tweets without videos. So that's always, so you can actually look at your Twitter data and get nuggets of information like that help inform you of what you need to put out. But of course, that stat might not be relevant to your organization, so it's important to look at your data specifically and look at what it's showing you in terms of the content that your audience are engaging with, and then put that back into the content that you're creating and putting in front of your audience. So you can get a breakdown. You can actually get a breakdown of the country or state or region that your audience are coming from. And then you can also look at what devices your audience uses, as I mentioned. So you can actually start to build a story of what your audience looks like. So, whether you're trying to reach people on their commute, or whether you're trying to stick to business hours, you can start to get little nuggets of information information like that from your Twitter data. Facebook also offers some basic analytics for free as well. Facebook's analytical tool is actually packed full of data and insights that help you make the most of your organization's Facebook page. Facebook Page Insights and Facebook Audience Insights are both Facebook analytics tools. There's actually a little bit of overlap between the two of them, but they actually serve different purposes. The key to how to use each of them is in the name of the tool. So Facebook Page Insights gives you detailed analytics for your Facebook page so you can track what works, learn how people interact with your content, and then improve your overall results over time. And then Facebook Audience Insights actually helps you understand your Facebook audience so you can better target ads and create more relevant content for them. So those are worth checking out. So click the link to check out those and see which one you would want to utilize for your organization. It might be that you find more use out of Facebook Page Insights, or you want to use both of them, but again, they're both worth checking out. Before I go through all-in-one tools, again, I'm moving through this very quickly, so please comment in the questions and answers section if there are any tools that you want to hear more about, or any tools that you've used in the past that I've missed out on in terms of analytics as well. It's always great to hear feedback. So next, I'll take you through an all-in-one tool, which is really useful for nonprofits. And again, it's one that we use at Lightful. And that's G Suite for nonprofits. So G Suite is basically a set of integrated apps that let organizations use their own domain and be more productive, collaborative, and secure. With popular tools like Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Docs, colleagues can work from anywhere on any device, and they can actually focus their time on making it an impact. So it's Google's alternative to Microsoft, to Office 365, and again, it's free for charities. It offers similar capabilities in terms of collaboration, openness, and increased productivity. So it sometimes comes down to a matter of preference. So you might be an Office 365 subscriber, but some of the tools that are free on the G Suite offers are really, really useful for nonprofits and worth having a look at. So it would take me quite a lot of time to make a full Office 365 versus G Suite comparisons, but both offer a huge amount of tools that are free for charities. And as I say, some of it just comes down to personal preference. So I'll take you through a couple of the tools, which again, you've probably used and are familiar with. First is Gmail. So aside from including useful features like snoozing and scheduling emails. Gmail allows you to add and implement professionalism to your charity's email by pulling in your website domain name. So instead of charity or non-profit name at gmail.com, you can actually use info@charityname.com. It may seem quite insignificant, but it actually adds an element of trust and security to your email communications that you can't overstate. So we also use Google Docs quite a lot. So, one of my pet peeves, I guess, is having used Microsoft Word previously. It's having to access, struggling to access documents at the same time. So when you're working collaboratively with team members and you need to access a document at the same time, I find it quite difficult to do that on Microsoft Word. You'd always have to save a document, and you'd end up with 20 versions of the same document just because you're having to save it and log out, save it, log out, so that someone else can access it. So with Google Docs, you can actually access documents at the same time. So if you're able to actually edit and amend documents at the same time as colleagues. So it's really, really useful in terms of working remotely as well and collaborating with colleagues. You can also see version history of that document. You can make comments. You can assign comments to team members. And those team members, when you assign a comment, actually get an email notification that alerts them that they've been tagged in a comment on the document. And then you can make inline suggestions. So yeah, give it a go. Go forth and collaborate at your heart's content. Next is Google Drive, which I've gone through a little bit. So again, it's quite similar to Dropbox. It's basically a file storage tool that syncs to the cloud so that your team can access files at the same time anywhere that they are. In terms of security features, it gives you a lot of control over access. So without actually having to restrict file sharing to only those within your organizations. So we use it quite a lot in terms of a photo bank and document sharing as well. So it's a bit of a game changer for us. Next is Google Calendar. So sharing Google Calendars across your team allows anyone on your team to schedule a meeting when everyone they need for that meeting is available. Plus, you can actually streamline the scheduling process with email invitations and video call links. You can share calendars across your team, and you can add meeting links for video calls as well. When some meeting prep is required, you can link the appropriate Google Doc within the calendar events for attendees to review beforehand. Last tool I'll go through very quickly is Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts Meet and Chat. So sometimes an email just doesn't cut it. When you need face-to-face conversation, Hangouts Meet video calls allow remote teams to connect with clear video and sound. So this is one that we're using quite a lot at the minute. So the tool also includes a phone number and a PIN option for guests without a camera on their computer to join as well. It has a chat component, so that's perfect if you just need to ask your colleague a quick question, or you need to see if someone's available before a call, or to jump on a quick call, or to use during a conference call if you don't want to disturb whoever's speaking. So again, it's that collaborative element, and especially relevant in terms of remote working. An alternative to Hangouts is actually Microsoft Teams, which is Microsoft's version or conference calling tool. Is one that we often use at Lightful, and that's Zoom. Zoom is basically a conference calling platform that offers a wide range of free features. So it has HD conference calls, which allow you to do collaborative breakout sessions. It offers the perfect tool for webinars or for remote working calls in the free version, because you can add up to, I think, 100 participants on a call, but with the free version there's, I think, a 40-minute time limit on the sessions that you run, so that's worth checking out as well. Cool. Again, that's a lot of information that I've talked at you, so please feedback on whether there are other all-in-one tools that you use, or if you want more information on Google for nonprofits and how you can apply for that as well. Some key takeaways to finish off with. So it's useful to experiment with a number of online tools until you find the ones that work best for your organizations. I've taken you through a lot of tools, so it's important that before trying a new tool, it's worth answering these questions or considering, how will it bring you closer to the goal of delivering a successful campaign. So keep that in mind. What's your organizational goal? What's your end goal? How will the tool that you're using help you get closer to that goal? Think about the time it will actually require for you to start using it. How long will it take to embed that into your organization? Think about the potential cost there might be for required features. A lot of the tools are free, but some of them offer premium versions, which are all singing, all dancing. So think about whether you can get the most out of the free version that you want to use, or will you have to consider taking on some additional costs for the additional features. So that's worth considering as well. And then finally, tied into the first point, think about the practicality of how it actually helps your team. So will this help your team on a daily basis? Is it something that just looks good? Is it something that is fun to use, but when it actually comes down to the practicalities of achieving your end goal as an organization, how is it actually helping you? So that's worth considering as well. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to pop them into the questions and answers section. I'd be more than happy to get back to you. If you want any more information as well, please drop me an email. But other than that, thank you very much for your time. Please explore the tools, and don't forget to leave some feedback on the post course survey to let us know what you thought. Other than that, I look forward to sharing some information with you guys again soon. Thanks.